There we go. And welcome to the next episode of the podcast. I'm definitely not saying next because we forgot what episode. But yeah, we're going to move to, I think it's episode 9, but I'm just going to say next episode anyway. So yeah, as you know, new podcast format, 2 questions only instead of 5. Short attention span for us and the audience. So yeah, make it make sense, eh? But today is going to be a sci-fi special, something slightly different, but there'll probably be some sort of like anime integration into it anyway. But not from my end anyway. What about you?
I think it's going to be an interesting topic because we can talk about anime, we can talk about a bunch of other media too. And yeah,
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
it's
get right
anime
by it.
specific, which is slightly
No,
different.
definitely,
Yeah, I
definitely.
think I think we're definitely
But
branching out.
yeah, I mean, you can apply it to real life.
Very true. But yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but
head right into it.
yeah,
And
let's go
yeah,
right.
let's go. Let's start with, was sci-fi in the 90s and 2000s ahead of its time? And did it predict the future with AI and the internet, such as Matrix? Okay, there's a bunch there. Do I need to read
It's
all of
fine.
them?
Yeah, just mention a few. So The Matrix is a big one. Black Mirror is a massive one. A lot of people know about Black Mirror.
True.
Psycho Pass is a big one too. I will talk about that with you, Moino, because I know you don't
Okay.
know much about that.
Yeah.
And you, the one that you know more about,
Mr.
Mr.
Robot?
Robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
want to go
yeah,
ahead first.
I want
Can
to
I
hear
go?
your opinion first.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. The thing is, right? It's gonna be weird because the term ahead of its time, I think we're gonna get that for every single what's it called, era. 70s were ahead of their time for the 80s and 90s. 80s were ahead of their time for the 90s and 2000s. The only reason I say that is because the human mind is so creative. Our imagination is way too advanced, right? Like right now, what I'm thinking of in my head is somehow nitrogen propelled cars, right? And if we somehow manage to make that happen, that's going to be like 100 years, right? So that's ahead of its time. Only because nitrogen makes up 70% of the Earth's atmosphere, so it's pretty much like self-sufficient the entire time. But as for something like Matrix and all these movies, right? In film, obviously we had color from like 1960 with like cartoon movies and such, but we never had like Terminator and Matrix, the CGI for these sci-fi films and stuff. It broke boundaries, genuinely, definitely broke boundaries. Why I say that is, and I know Terminator's not on here, right? But in a sense, it is sci-fi because he's a robot from the future who had to come back, and the kid he's saving is his creator,
Mm.
from said future, right? And with something like Terminator, who would think of an evil robot race, 2 sides fighting, right? Because I know I wouldn't unless the idea came out first. 2
Yeah,
robots fighting, one goes to kill the dude, and one goes to save the dude, the main character in this case, the little kid. But in the, you're going back into the past. So that's going to be weird because then again, you're into some sort of like whole, time theory where if you kill the baby version, will the future exist? And if the future
the
doesn't
grandfather
happen,
paradox. Okay.
exactly, that's paradox. That's the word I was looking for. Like, if the past didn't exist, then the future won't exist. But if the future doesn't exist, then the past should exist because the future killed the past. Like, it makes no sense, honestly.
Yeah.
But for something like
Okay.
Matrix and Terminator, the ideas behind them are ridiculous, and they definitely were ahead of their time. And in terms of predicting, the future with AI and internet, Terminator will be real in like 20 years. We're gonna get some evil chat GPT bot, okay? This chat
Yeah.
GPT bot's gonna be like, oh, hey Bueno, I remember you were mean to me. You said I was useless and I couldn't do anything. Snap, and I'm dead. I just bye
You're
bye.
gone,
Okay,
man.
I'm
You're
gone. I'm
gone.
gone,
Yeah.
man. That's just how it is. And you know, ahead of his
There's a
time,
name for that,
definitely.
Moino. There's a name for that. What you
What is
just
it?
mentioned. It's called Basilisk theory. And basically the theory is every single like a human interaction with AI will be recorded, and then one day there will be one large super AI that controls every other AI language model,
Yeah.
and it will become sentient.
Mm.
Like it will have its own will, and it would project and try to go against us. And then it will look back in the records, and it would check if any human ever insulted it, went against it, and it will kill any of them. And not just kill, not just that went against them, but any human that didn't support building them. So wasn't
Okay.
actually like
Anti AI
advocates for
people.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not even people who were anti-AI, people who are not proactive with making AI the forefront of society. They would get eradicated too.
Okay, so we're both
So
dead. Got it.
yeah, it's a scary theory. It's a scary theory,
Yeah.
but maybe in 100 years' time that
Mhm.
that'll be realistic.
But I
But
think Yeah,
Yeah.
no, to say my last point is obviously Mr. Robot I've watched. And it's weird because I only watched it because I watched a few clips on YouTube. Algorithm pushed it. I was like, oh, where is it on? Amazon. Watched the entire thing. Very good. Hacker show. He's a super genius, pretty much hacker,
Mm.
and he's a vigilante. So he works for the company that he's trying to bring down. This feels like an inside job, pretty much, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
You should
yeah.
watch it. As for predicting the future with I wouldn't say Mr. Robot fits in the category of ahead of its time because it's already been done before. And predicting
Mm.
the future with AI and the internet, hacking's been out since like the 70s or 80s. As soon as the internet came out, there was such a thing as hacking because hacking doesn't mean like, oh, you're seeing green and black on your screen. It's not that. It's literally as easy as going on someone's profile, finding all their information, jotting it down on a notepad, and then finding out everything about them. That's it. You've hacked them already. Or maybe
Yeah,
sending like a
more or
little
less. Yeah.
virus.
Obviously, movies, TV shows are going to sensationalize it and make it look
Hmm.
cool. Really, it's not that. Yeah, it's not that crazy.
Yeah.
Um, I agree with you on that, but I want to talk about maybe maybe it wasn't ahead of its time, but the people behind this media had access to information of what the governments had. And my theory is technology that is shown in sci-fi movies that are futuristic, when they were shown at that time period, the technology already existed. It's just the public didn't have
Okay.
access. So there's no way, Moino, you're telling me that AI, ChatGPT, these algorithms, they weren't around in the early 2000s. There's no way you're telling me they weren't. They
Can
were.
I?
A
No.
hundred
Do you
percent
know
believe they
why?
were.
Do you know why I wasn't? Because I wasn't born yet.
Yeah, that's why. MH9
Exactly.
was
Yeah.
born, that's it.
Exactly. When I
I'll
was
say,
one, I told them the plans in 2003. You know.
well, basically, the
But yeah.
government doesn't release the latest technology to the public. It's always like 5 or 10 years behind.
Yeah.
Whenever we
Pennies
see,
behind.
oh, this movie or TV show is like, oh, they predicted the future. I don't really think they predicted the future. They had inside info, and they just kind of like try to portray it in the way they saw like fit. And then 10 years later, we're like, oh, okay, now we're getting the public's getting access because the government has something 10 times better now.
Yeah. True.
You
They're
get me?
always
You
10 years
get me?
ahead. Yeah. Pretty much.
Exactly, exactly. But the reason why I mentioned a bunch of those shows is I think one of them's happening in real time right now. There's an anime called Psycho Pass, and the plot
Okay.
behind it is there's a police officer and she has this weapon. This weapon cannot kill anyone unless that weapon believes that person is going to be a criminal. And the
Ooh.
way they test whether someone's going to be a criminal is by running AI algorithms, to, and based on their personality and temperament, it predicts whether the likelihood and probability of them to commit a crime in the next 7 days. So
7 days. It's
if they,
crazy.
I think 7 days is like a short time period,
Okay.
and
I'll make sure to
if
do it on
that,
the eighth day.
yeah. So basically, that's the whole point of the show. It's like
Yeah.
data and like AI determines whether someone's good or bad, but there's so many things that can go wrong with that.
Hmm.
And that's what the show explores. It shows people who can exploit this system that are really bad, but because they can exploit the system, this weapon's not going to work on them. It's a very
That's
interesting
like
plot.
obviously you've heard of Ted Bundy, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Every person
Serial
that
killer.
knew the man is like, oh,
Mm.
he's so handsome, he's perfect. Like even the men who aren't into other men would say, oh yeah, he's a
Yeah,
great guy, great
charismatic.
personality, charismatic, like he helps people. Bro, that gun is not working on him. No way.
Yeah.
He. Hey, what's up, man? You're good. And then in his spare time, he's just like creating a murder house for all these women, like crazy. But yeah, no,
But
that sounds
that's the
fun.
that's the crazy part about
Psychopaths.
it though. It's like Psychopath is crazy because if you rely on AI and internet more and more, things like this will happen. Like in 10 years' time, there will
Mm.
be a police enforcement system just like this. We're getting there.
Yeah, because I've already told ChatGPT that when it comes out, I will find it. I will
Exactly.
find it and have a 1v1 match against it. So, it's what it is.
Exactly, bro. You're not gonna win against Terminator, bro. You're gonna
Of
get your
course
ass
not.
whooped.
What the hell?
So you might as well beat spread. That's why you
No,
say
but I'm
thank
gonna
you.
I'm gonna make my own Terminator bot, and they're gonna have a 1v1 duel. Yeah, let's go. But yeah, no. I think we summed up pretty much
Mm.
both our perspectives. We think that a lot of, well, for you, your theory, and I don't think it is a theory. I think it's like a pretty logical explanation. Like governments
I
do
mean,
have 10 years ahead stuff like
yeah,
in technology. It kind of makes sense, and the reason I say that is because every time, the rollover with technology is so nice and smooth and integrated, weirdly nice and smooth to the point where it must have
exactly,
been tried and tested for 10 years at least to not explode in our faces. Like 6G
exactly.
to 7G will be 10 years. 7G to 8G will be 12 to 15 years. but it will
Yeah.
be already out. Like they're probably testing 7G right now. Like we don't even know.
And I got another question for you, bro.
Hmm.
If the government has had access to technology like this in 2002, for example,
Yeah,
you know how much manipulation you can do with this type of technology already, the ChatGPT,
yeah, of
algorithms,
course.
etc. With marketing, cookies, all of these things, data censorship. What's to say they don't have some super advanced technology right now that
Hmm.
can manipulate the mass global population without us even realizing? There's
I
something out there
mean,
right now. There has to be.
there's a big conspiracy theory, and you know, by
Yeah.
the way, just a little tangent, 20 seconds. Conspiracy is always followed by the word theory, even though a lot of conspiracies are true, just to undermine the word conspiracy.
That's called
I'm not.
information. There's a name for that. It's a psychological operation. It's like when you make information sound like it's crazy
Yeah,
to get people off your scent, off your trail.
exactly. What I already
Misinformation?
think.
Something like that. I don't know what it's called. Over
Uh,
information. There's a word for it.
yeah. But like what I was gonna say is that a lot of people, the conspiracy in this case, I'm not gonna say theory because it is what it is. They like there's something in the air, or the water, or the
Something
food
in
that
there.
makes everyone just dumber and more
No, I can get behind that, man. I can
I
get
just think
behind.
that I think that if they have dumb citizens, we can't ever fight
Yeah,
back. That's just it. And
exactly.
I'm just
And
like my IQ right now has dropped by like 19 points in 10 years. And obviously,
no,
as a
that's just
kid,
because you're stupid.
okay,
But
sorry. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
I'm joking. I'm
Uh,
joking. Are you sure it's not because you just dumb? I
no,
mean,
because I did like a proper test, and you'll be like, oh yeah, but IQ tests are rubbish. No, I did like a 60-minute test, like a proper pen and paper one, where you got sent off
yeah.
and marked. Okay, and since then I'm at only like 116 now or 17, which means I'm not even like smart in society. I'm so average. I'm like fuck. I'm really so dumb as well.
Nah,
It's crazy. But yeah,
the average is yeah, it's pretty bad.
yeah.
If you're the average, and I'm gonna bloody like the lower percentile, man. I'm bottom
No, no,
ten
no. We're all
percent.
gonna go up. We're all gonna go up. It's calm. But yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for that part. And I think we're
yeah.
gonna move to the next question. We're good.
Okay, so the next question, and the last one, because we're doing short form, is Pacific Rim versus Godzilla versus King Kong.
Okay. What
I know
have
my
you
answer already.
of these three? Have you watched all of them? I just don't know.
I've seen the old King Kong,
Okay.
and I think I've seen one of the newer Godzillas.
Okay.
I've not seen Pacific Rim, but I saw a trailer on it when you spoke about it one time. And
Oh,
Godzilla clears.
are we talking about strength battle here? Because I think we are,
Oh,
right? Or are we
I
talking
I
about a
thought
better character? Because I'm talking about
I
strength.
just went up. I went for strength as well.
I'm talking about strength as well. Yeah, 100%.
Godzilla
Um,
clears.
yeah, yeah. I would say this. I think Godzilla could win in a 2v1 against Pacific
Literally,
Rim
that's
and
what I'm
King
saying.
Kong. Um,
Actually, wait,
so
the new King
Pacific
Kong's
Rim
original.
is the movie, and the movie itself is based on the armored like Titans. AOT is a glorified mech anime. That is literally Pacific Rim right there. It's basically like literally 30, 40 meter, huge metal titans to fight these kaiju. And it's funny because Godzilla, I think, is a kaiju as well. There's categories 1 to 5 for kaiju. Godzilla would definitely be 5 in terms of like how strong he is. He's just insanely overpowerful.
Mm.
I think there might even be like a category on, category 6, but that's more like you know, a random community term to discover some super strong
Mm.
kaiju, but it isn't. Pacific Rim is just little holes appearing in the seabed floors, thousands of meters down the earth, and they're destroying the earth. So the earth had to fight back. They made little metal titans, like 30 meters, not little,
Mm.
huge metal titans, like 30, 50 meters. And there's like, in the brain of the entire thing, you need to connect two little wires to your own head. And there must be two people controlling that huge titan at the same time. If it's one person, then it causes like internal bleeding and you bleed from your brain and strokes and all sorts. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, all of that. So you need two people, and you need two compatible people. That's what the movie's about. If you haven't watched it already, I think just come to my house. We can watch it on this montage. Really sick,
I think
honestly.
it's like the Power Rangers Megazords.
Yeah, yeah. Literally, no.
It's
That's
that,
literally. I could have just said that. I don't know why I didn't. But that's literally it. When they all
yeah.
connect their all 5 parts and everything, and they become one big
Mm.
one. Um, yeah, Godzilla
There
versus
is
King
a
Kong
Godzilla
is.
versus King Kong film or something like that, right?
Yeah, Godzilla whooped him every time, pretty
Yeah,
much.
because I was thinking he's like 4 or 5 times his size, and he has like a laser eye abilities. He's just like he's not even a dinosaur. He's flipping humongous. He towers skyscrapers. I'm
Yeah,
thinking, yeah, like
the
just the
old
raw mass and weight alone is
yeah.
gonna overpower King Kong.
You, but the thing is, King Kong, when you saw him, well, in theory, was a baby King Kong, the one on top of the building, innit, Empire State
Yeah,
Building.
that one.
That
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
baby version, apparently, or they
Was it?
swapped it. Not really.
They made
I
him bigger.
think, I think, yeah. So the way to make him bigger is by saying, "Oh, hey, what you saw was actually a baby, but now he's big." That's just it. They added like a huge beard on
That's
him and everything.
right,
Cop
right,
out,
right.
yeah, but
Okay.
it slightly works to be fair.
I want to
Um,
actually have a look at the new King Kong then.
yeah, no.
But like,
Type
continue.
in Godzilla versus King Kong size comparison. They're very close now. Because King Kong used to be around
Ah,
like 70 meters or something. Oh no, King Kong
okay.
used to be like 80 feet, which is like 30 meters, right?
Oh,
And
you're right.
Godzilla
They're
is like
similar now.
300.
Yeah.
But now they made
But
King
even
Kong four
even
times as big.
even at similar sizes, doesn't Godzilla have like a bigger moveset?
Exactly, you're right. So if you watch Godzilla vs King Kong, it'll basically show Godzilla whipping King Kong every time.
Mm.
And the theory to that is like, oh, his hard skin's
Looking
too
about,
tough,
he's
and
looking at the massive ape.
oh yeah, 100%.
That's it.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that little cut.
Yep.
Yeah, your camera just bugged the hell out, so I had to pause ASAP. Glad I
Yeah, you're
noticed that
coming
though.
close to me as well. It might be mine. It might be mine.
It might just
It
be
might be.
both ways, but yeah.
Yeah.
Godzilla vs
But
King Kong. Have you watched the
yeah,
movie?
I think I did.
Okay, yeah.
Think I did.
Godzilla like whoops King Kong so badly every time, and the entire movie is about Mecha Godzilla,
Oh, the robot one.
the robot Godzilla, and they both team up,
Team
tag
up.
team
Yeah,
to
that
fight
sounds
him.
so typical. I
Yeah,
probably
very
haven't seen
typical.
it, but I could have
That
I
that
predict what
that
you said.
that
Right?
happened. Yeah, yeah. Because like, have you watched Batman vs Superman?
Yes, I've seen that one. Yeah.
It's not about them two fighting. They fight for 9 minutes. The build up is 1 hour 15 minutes. They fight for 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Superman says, Martha, because Martha Kent, Martha Wayne, both their mothers are called Martha, right? And then
Mm.
Batman's like, what the hell? And then boom, Doomsday comes out of nowhere and he's the main guy. They fight him for 40 minutes. Like, it wasn't Batman
That
vs
movie
Superman.
got a lot of hate for that. I think.
You know why I got hate? Because that movie
Why?
itself isn't the producer's work. So there's a term called Snyder Cut.
Snyder.
Yeah,
Snyder. Yeah, yeah. You
there's
told me
something.
about that.
There's a
Yeah.
term called Snyder's Cut. Every
Mm.
single movie that came out is not his movie.
But that's why some movies have re-releases saying Snyder's cut next to it.
Exactly, because his
So
movies
whose
are
movie
going
is
to
it
be
then?
Warner Brothers. They did not give him creative control,
Oh,
which is why with James
right.
Gunn. James Gunn is not just a producer; he's literally the CEO now, right? He's
Mm.
at that level. What should have happened to Zack Snyder if he wanted to get that control is get the board on his side and be like, "Hi, can you make me CEO, whatever?" And then he
Yeah.
can have creative control, right? He had no control. They said, "Oh, what do you want to make Superman dark for? He's meant to be happy." Like, "Oh, we're following the Injustice thing timeline, right?" And Warner Brothers like, no, you're not." So it's
They just
like
want money.
basically they just screwed him over. But anyway, aside from
Right.
that, Godzilla versus King Kong, classic movie. I thought it'd be really good. Still good. Don't get me wrong. I love Mechagodzilla. He's the only guy to actually whoop Godzilla. No, one of like 3 guys to do it. But yeah, no, very. It's just a good movie, man. Watch it. The people who hate on
Speaking of
it
Godzilla,
do not have
there
good
was
imagination or
a
just high
Japanese
expectation.
Godzilla movie, mono, called Shin Godzilla. Did you hear of that?
That is, I'm pretty sure, more recent, and that came out, and that rating is like 8.5 or something, bro.
The rating on
Crazy.
that film was really high for some reason.
It's like the best King Kong, like no Godzilla movie or something. Apparently,
Yeah,
it's
apparently
super
it's
brutal.
dark.
Apparently, it's
It's
super
dark, yeah.
brutal. Yeah.
Ah, not again.
There we go. We're back again. This is not gonna happen again. Hopefully, you're gonna have to turn your VPN off so that the government can track you, so that we have
Yeah.
better episodes. But to wrap it up, very quick, plain and simple. King Kong's the weakest out of those. I'm pretty sure. Pacific Rim is a metal version of King Kong, technically. Brute force, decent weapons. Godzilla's just OP. Tough skin, laser eye beams, the blast, the roar, all the radiation that he can eat up and spew out. He's a walking nuke, pretty much like a nuclear bomb, but walking. And yeah, his durability is off the charts. Like he gets whacked crazy amounts and just gets back up and shakes his little head, his little lizard head. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Godzilla wins clearly, and he'd probably win in a 2v1.
Yeah, I mean, the guy shoots Kamehameha out his mouth, like, bro, he wins.
Yeah, we should have edited it. Instead of it being 8 minutes, it could have been 25 seconds. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's simply put, man. But yeah,
yeah, that is
again, guys,
the.
thank you for tuning in, and yeah, we'll keep these coming. Hopefully, with a few guests in the future again. So yeah, peace out.
Bye.